Good morning, friends. This is Pete here from Ashton's Cars, and today we're having a look around a 2007 Toyota Rav4. It's the 2.2 litre D4D model, so the diesel. It's the XT3 specification, which is quite a high spec. I'll come to some of the extras on this particular one shortly, but it means you get full leather, you get nice alloy wheels, and this particular car's done 126,000 miles and has a full service history. So I'll run through the history as well with you in a minute, but first of all, let's just have a quick look at the outside of the car. Very smart looking car. It's black. That colour suits these cars so well. Immaculate on the outside. It's 14 years old now, this car, almost, and you won't find a 14-year-old car in better condition. I've just gone round it myself, and there's barely a mark on it. It's got nice presentable alloy wheels. It's all original. It's not been sort of butchered in any way. It's not been messed around with. It's just what we're looking for in this sort of 4x4 category, really, is one that hasn't been molested or fallen into the wrong hands. Just coming around towards the back end, one thing you'll notice on this particular one is it's got the rear wheel slung out on the back. I'm never quite sure with these RAV4s, because a lot of the ones this sort of shape, this era of Generation 3, have the wheel inside the car or pump system, and then other ones have the wheel on the back with the cover like that. I think it was something called a touring option to have that wheel put on the back like that. It was an optional extra when the car was new. I personally think it makes the car look a hell of a lot nicer and more purposeful than just having the plain tailgate on the rear. It makes it look more rugged. It just finishes off the rear end, because I think it's quite bland, the RAV4, when it hasn't got that wheel on the back of it. So I'm not 100% sure whether it was a costly option. I'm not sure how much that cost, but I do know that I prefer it personally. And you can see it's more than just a wheel slung on the back. The whole tailgate is designed around this hard wheel cover with the spare in it. So that's something that this car's got, which I particularly like. If I was looking for a RAV4 myself of this era, I'd prefer to have one that had that. Also, I do know that some of the sort of lower spec RAV4s don't actually have a spare wheel. They only have an inflation kit in them, and that's just a pain in the neck, isn't it? Nice to have a spare. So, as you can see, both sides of the car are pretty much dent-free, mark-free. It looks the part. I can tell you now, it drives the part as well. It's a beautiful thing to drive. All the controls are nice and light and easy to use, but they always are on a RAV4. They're just very, very well put together cars. Toyota are a manufacturer who've got a fantastic reliability record, and they've got a fantastic record for building very strong vehicles, especially their 4x4s. You look at things like this, the Hilux, which if you ever watch Top Gear, they tried to destroy by putting it on top of a building and demolishing the building, and the Hilux still drove. You've got things like the Land Cruisers, which are one of the best 4x4s if you're going out into the wilderness. The RAV4 is their more family-friendly version, but it's still got that real toughness to it that you just don't get in rival offerings. So, good tyres all round, I will say, on this particular car as well. There's plenty of meat left on these. They seem like it's a pretty new set of tyres that has just been put on the car. It has just had an MOT put on it as well, and it's just had a service done. So everything on this car is up to date. Very, very smart indeed. I hope you agree. Let's have a look inside. Let's see what we're going to be looking at inside this car. XT3 spec. That means full leather. So we've got full leather seats on here. Nicely laid out dashboard. I'm going to get in and close the door. Otherwise, it'll just keep beeping. So we have a CD system. It is a four-wheel drive model, so I've got the diff lock by here. It is a car that puts itself into four-wheel drive if it needs to. If it feels the front wheel slipping, it puts power to the back. But by pressing that button, I can make it permanent four-wheel drive. So if it was snowing or I was going through a forest track or something, that's the button I'd press. Stereo system on this car is the original one, but it's had a Parrot hands-free kit added to it. So I've got a Bluetooth phone on the car. That makes it a lot safer and legal. We've got air conditioning. They're nice and easy to use, the ventilation controls in here. It all makes sense. Everything's laid out properly, as you would expect from Toyota. And we've got a couple of cup holders and a 6-speed gearbox by here. I have electric windows to the front and the rear, and I've also got electric mirrors, which standard issue really on this type of car. Let's just start it up. So we get a little welcome screen there, a couple of lights on, and let's give it a start up. It'll go through the sequence of welcoming us and telling me I've got no fuel left. But you can see 126,000 miles. No warning lights on other than the fuel light. That little warning triangle's on because I've got low fuel at the moment. I'll give it a rev, and it's smooth, it's clean, and there's no smoke at all. There's no noise from sort of clutch or thrust bearing on the car. It drives as well as it looks. It's a very, very smart car, and I know it's been well maintained. How do I know? Because I've got all the service history here for it. So let's have a quick look. We've got a stack of services here: 08, 09, 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018 twice, and then a 2019 service there. I've then got a receipt in here for the service that was done in 2020, last year, and on top of all of that, I've just had the car serviced as well. So it's freshly serviced now and ready to rock and roll for you. Full service history there, mostly independent, but it's full history, and that's what we'd be looking for in a car like this. Let's knock it off. Let's have a quick look in the back. So, plenty of room back here. They're very family friendly. They've got split fold seats on them, and you can adjust them really easily with this thing here. You can put them more upright, or you can lay them back and recline them slightly. There's a lot of space because under those seats there's plenty of room for your feet. And I'll just show you the view of the dashboard there, which I think looks fantastic. So a good family focused interior there, folks. Let's have a look in the boot. And obviously there was never going to be any nasty surprises back here. We know that this is a very clean car. What we have got, as you can probably see, is the boot liner. That's been fitted by the previous owner. That keeps this boot nice and clean and smart. And nice low floor, as you can see. If you've got dogs, it's easy for them to get in and out of the car. If you are loading this car, it's very easy to load. It has got a side opening door, which obviously you might sort of take a little bit of getting used to if you're used to hatchbacks, but it actually works really well. And if you park curbside, it's perfect for getting in and out of the car. So clean, spacious interior, seats that will fold down, and as you can see, it's huge, this car is inside. So there's plenty of room for your family and your friends and your pets in the Toyota Rav4. So I hope the car's of interest to you. Certainly a car I recommend in this sector. I always think the Japanese 4x4s are by far the most reliable, and Toyota seem to be king of the reliability surveys, so you won't be disappointed with a Rav4. So I'm getting drowned out by someone drilling a minute. If this is of interest to you though, guys, please give me a call on 07932 873 646. The Toyota's ready to drive away. It's just been MOT'd and serviced. It'll have a full workshop inspection prior to being delivered, and we can deliver it anywhere in the UK. If you're within 150 miles, there's no additional charge for delivery. And if you're over 150 miles, just give us a ring, let us know where you are. I'm sure we can work out a price for you. And if you've got a part exchange, we're happy to take a part exchange. Give us a ring and let us know what you've got. We'll value it, and we'll be happy to deliver the Rav4 to you and come home in your old car. My number one more time is 07932 873 646. And last of all, can I please ask you to give us a like, give us a share, subscribe to our channel, and if you have any questions at all, feel free to comment, or even better, give me a ring on the number I just gave you, and we'll be happy to help. Look after yourselves. Thank you very much for watching, and we will see you soon. Goodbye.